Whoa. Oh. Whoa, everyone. Whoa, welcome back. Yes, I'm de-squished. Where's my music? Ah! Sorry. How's that? No! I X'd out of it. There we go. Hello, everyone. I am back. I'm unsquished, caffeinated, hydrated, and I'm CaspurrCatacini. Meowster of Disguise, Secret Agent. Hello. I see some interesting news here. Something about a particular day. Thank you, thanks for the super chat. Today is Good Oshi Day. Who decided that? Have you been good, Cas? Some would even say great, I think. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Bengiro. Dreamy, thanks for the super chat. Happy Oshi Day. Oshi Day, like what is that? Is that like a... Yeah, it's a Japanese holiday. Thanks for being my one and only Kamyaoshi. Ow. Hope to keep supporting, cheering you on for many more years to come. Thank you, Dreamy. Wait, what is this? Kirisville. I recognize your picture. Is your username obfuscating your true identity to me? Thank you for the 14 months. Who is that? What happened to Cataclismo? Yes, I saw the reports. He's been captured, and we are doing the most painful experiments upon him. That's Kami. I thought so. I didn't want to say it and appear a fool. Kintara, thanks for the gifted. Jinon, thanks for the tier 2 sub. Thank you so much. The creature on his body are in a non-inertial reference frame. How I pity them. Clover, hello. Junon, thank you. Chivo, thanks for the 11 months. Unsquished. Let's go. Yes, I've been unsquished. Very painful process. Both squishing and unsquishing, by the way. Gila, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome back with 1 year. Thank you, Gila. Rose, thanks for the Prime sub. Rye, thanks for the gifted. Scan, thanks for the 11 months. Twitch lives again. Praise be to the return of unsquished Caspurr. Yes. Unsquished. Unbothered. Thriving. Dreamy, thanks for the 6 months. Sorry, thanks for the 13 months. Tier 2 on Twitch, too. Can't believe this guy, chat. What did I do? We got the Twitch back up and running. An arduous task that I managed to get done. Sorry I was lazy about that, but I finally slowly getting more and more moved in. And cleaning. Boss, do we have to do horrible tortures to Cataclismo? Yeah, that's how we extract all of the good bits. Moving almost finished? No, sadly. I should be all finished about a month. Less than a month. I will have to be finished by the end of this month. Kami, thanks for the 13 months. Yay, Twitch. Yes, you guys are back. How's your day today? Oh, busy, but also evil because I had to... Oh, God. I had to cancel my internet at my old place because my new place is already set up. The internet is already provided. So I had to cancel it. And let me tell you, they don't make that easy on you. They don't make it easy. But I have a story about that. Remind me. Ram, thanks for the prime. Hi, boss. You look very cute today. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a while since I've laid eyes upon my operatives. You were very loyal in my absence, I presume. They run circles around you. Yeah. Yeah, that one Post Malone song. They want your money. You know, so I have a hack. So I tried calling them. That's just scam. Well, first of all, the scam is that you can't cancel internet online. You can't, they just don't, which is like, God, dude, this rant's multifaceted, all right? Because, like, it's like, oh, free market, capitalism, whatever. There should be some regulation that does not, there should be some rule, some oversight that is like, you should be able to cancel your internet online. You should be able to. They should not be allowed to not do it, right? You call it, they give you the runaround. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go to like an in-person location. I get there. There's just an insane long line because, of course, everyone is forced to come in because they don't make it accessible to do anything because they try to scam you, right? But, yes, my psychological, my American psycho mind manipulation. I got to put it to a test once more. My Detroit Become Human practices. I got to employ in real life once more. Happy Oshi Day, boss. Thank you so much for the super chat. Glad to have you. Glad to be here. You're genuinely one of the kindest creative folks I've seen. I'm trying not to be a real sappy, but love you, dude. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Oh, I didn't even know about Oshi Day. Who's my Oshi? I don't know if I should say. I'll make you jealous. Sonic. What? No, I just like Sonic. Luma Ball, thanks for 13 months. Welcome back. Thank you, Luma. Do I have one? I don't know. Kintara, what is this? Reach 3-stream streak. What is that? This guy be better than Cable. I'm the Oshi. It's Riss, everyone. So, people are getting called up to the kiosks to talk for the internet stuff. And so I'm standing there, and these two people, a customer and then the person helping, they're talking, and I hear them. They're talking about, I'm listening. Activating my Meowster hearing. What are they talking about? I hear them. They're blah, 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 Arc Raiders. I'm like, oh. I know Arc Raiders. I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Is it fun? Have you tried it? Yeah, blah, blah. I don't know, generic, like, yeah, no, I've been watching some streams. I don't know. It looks fun. It's like, yeah, dude, it's real fun. Blah, blah, blah. And then blah, 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 blah. And I could tell all these old people there, they're pissed. They're giving, of course, because like these internet places, they give you the runaround. They make it difficult to you. Everyone's pissed, right? And I'm hearing them, and they start talking about Battlefield. I'm like, I know Battlefield. I've been playing that. That's the game I've most been playing. Lawuchi, thanks for the 7 months. Thank you, Lawooch. Woochster. Blah, blah, blah. And then the guy working there, he goes, oh yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to play, but I heard it's good. And then I realize my way, because I'm there to cancel my internet. Their most hated thing probably to hear. I read online that like the service people that you call, that they get rewarded based on like how many people cancel their internet. Like they get penalized, so they're basically incentivized to stop people from canceling their internet, right? And I'm there to do that. I'm there to stop being a customer. And so I'm like, you know what? Time for psychological manipulation, right? he's like, oh yeah, I heard that it's pretty good, and I'm there, and I decide, you know what, time to insert myself in this conversation. I go, it's very good, and then I start kind of chatting as like a third party, blah blah blah, and I was like, you know what, yes, this is gonna disarm this worker, so that when it's my turn to go up, he will be socially and psychologically more apt to be acquiesced to whatever I want. And I walked up. I was like, blah blah blah, yeah, and then see, this is where I got kind of scared. He's like, yeah, I stream sometimes, blah, blah. It just kind of came up, yeah, I stream, blah, blah, blah. You know, I stream all the platforms, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I go, oh, gulp. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, trying to be careful, not to like, not that he would be like, oh, you Caspurrcatacini. No, but I didn't want him to know anything about me at all, right? But I was like, cancel my internet. He's like, yeah, sure. And then I canceled and I walked out. And I was like, unless there's the small percentage chance that you actually are in here right now, which in that case, you would know that the story I'm telling is a lie. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I had to cancel my internet today. It was a pain. Hello, new operative. Exchange socials. Oh, yeah. I have like a business card. Pattern, thanks for 13 months. Welcome back, boss. I hope the inflation recovery wasn't too painful. No, it was not. It was just mildly discomforting. In fact, it's sort of the kind of pain that you like. Speaking of, I went and got a massage. Okay. Laptop's chugging along. I went and got a massage. Because I was like, I've been so stressed with the move and just busy and stuff. Being squished and having to be inflated is very difficult. And I go and I look at the options and it's like, well, they're like, do you want an hour or two or like an hour 30? And I was like, I'll do like an hour 30. And they're like, all right, do you want to do like what kind of massage? And they have like a list. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, deep tissue. That sounds like, isn't that like therapeutic? You know, like, okay, I'll do a deep tissue massage at this place. Biggest mistake ever. Because that was just basically an hour and a half of like, it was like torture. It was like torture. I thought to myself, it was so painful that it like, I kid you not, I had this thought. It was the first time I've had this frame of reference where I thought, first of all, she's like 4 foot tall, this masseuse lady. Grip strength of like a steel mill worker. And there's like a hole where your head goes, right? You lay face down. And I was like, you try not to be silent. I guess, what does she care? Also, I'm sure she gets it all the time. Like, I could have just been like, fuck! But I didn't want to, right? So I was embarrassed. Grit my teeth. And you try to go, you know, I did understand what it felt like in a weird roundabout way to get tortured, because it's like, I mean, you can't be gripping the towel in between your teeth. You know, I'm laying there and I'm getting massaged, and I had to like go into a different place of my mind to cope with the pain. I felt great afterwards. Definitely, I passed out. I went home and I passed out. I was like really relaxed, but it was so painful. Free trial for when we finally get you. Stay away from me. Probably felt good afterwards though. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna try and get a massage in like a week. I'm scared now. Just don't do a deep tissue massage. Do like a Swedish massage or like a normal massage. Did they walk on your back? They did. Gosh, I mean, you know what's scary is like it felt really painful. You know, it's like they would work on one part and then I'd be like, oh fuck that. You know, I'm mentally thinking, oh shit, that was bad. Okay, the bad part's over. But each next part she went to, it was worse than the last. Up until they got to my calves. Oh, okay. The calves, it felt like she was hacking my calves in half. I kid you not. It was so... That's where I had to stop and be like, it hurts too much. I had to pipe up. See, but the thing is, multiple times throughout the process, she goes, "Is the pressure okay?" And for some reason, like, no one is watching, no one is there, but for some reason, I just said, "Yeah, it's fine." But when she got to the calves near the end, that was, I'd throw in the towel. I had to be like, no, it was like, I wanted to scream. I started tearing up. It was the calves, and also, like, she would massage, like, the side of like, you know where your armpit is? And if you, like, if you touched your elbow and ran your hand down towards your armpit and then the side of your, like, body, like, your lats. I don't know if you know what your lats are, but, like, basically, like, right underneath your armpit towards the back, your, like, wing flap. That made me want to squeal. That I got teary-eyed. It's so tender, like, underneath your bicep towards your back, your wingspan. That was so painful. I mean, that was just, I made a big mistake. I mean, it was relaxing after. No, I'm sure it was therapeutic. But, like, the actual, because I thought it was like, oh, I get to relax. For an hour and a half, it was not relaxing. It was an hour and a half of suffering. Hitting a 7 on the pain scale and saying I'm good and paying for it is crazy to me. It was so painful. Oh, God. I mean, I thought, like, I'm never going to do this again. I'm never going to do that again. I'm just going to get a normal massage. Well, I didn't know. Deep tissue. I was like, yeah, she's massaging my bones. Deep tissue massage. Bone massage. My bones are tender. My bones are, like, putty. Silly putty. But the thing is, when she got to my back, like my upper shoulder, my back, and my neck, I barely felt it. I had, my knots were, you know, my nerve endings and the knots in my upper shoulders and upper back are so bad. Like, that part, I could barely, I mean, I could feel her pressing down, but I barely felt that. I wonder if next time I could just be like, can you just do my back and shoulders and leave the rest of my body alone? My tender little chicken legs and chicken wings don't need to be tenderized. They're fine. It's like a newborn baby. Do you think it helped your back? Well, she walked, like, up my body from, like, my calves up towards my upper back, and it crunched. It'll eventually fix your posture. Maybe. And my posture's not that bad. Right, thanks for the 13 months! So we're gonna torture Cataclysma with a deep tissue massage. I mean, that is torturous. If you had to get that... You know, the thing is, I was sore. Like, when I woke up the next day, my body was sore, as if I got, like I worked out. And there was, like, bruising on my tender bits. Rip Mo, fly high, brother. Yeah, you guys had a good Halloween without me, huh? You should get your money back. I mean, it was good, I guess. The thing is, like, I felt I don't really know. Massages, like, I mean, it was obviously a massage. It wasn't, like, physical therapy. But it was... Like, the day of, I felt good, and I passed out, and I slept really well. But the next day, I just felt the same. I didn't feel... Like, it lasted that day, the refreshingness of it. But other than that, it's like... I didn't really feel that much different after the day. This blonde twink was there. It was awesome. That's not what the security cameras tell me. Security cam tells me some chubby little baby with its tummy out was here. Cupping? No. No, my skin will rip off like a tender peach. like a ripe peach. Lane, thanks for 13 months. Being crushed to death is no excuse to miss stream. Where were you, mister? I was cleaning! Like, I was crushed, but my little hands were out, and operatives would come, and they would put a little cleaning brush, and I was crushed, but I was still trying to scrape. I'm doing this, trying to clean. Sonic Rumble comes out tomorrow. Sonic Rumble comes out tomorrow. I wasn't planning on streaming tomorrow, but right before I started stream, I looked and I was like, oh, that's out tomorrow. So I have to. Wait, it's a free game? Uh-oh. 32 players, huh? I hate that they're putting these Sonic Colors villains in here. Oh man. It doesn't look good, if I'm being honest. Like, not the actual gameplay, but like the UI, the screenshots on the Steam store, the UI of it looks like a really bad mobile game. The actual game looks fun, but okay, I'll be honest. It looks like a Roblox game. Looks like a Roblox minigame. Definitely meant for mobile. You can't complain after you waited so long. Hey, listen. I'm one of the few people that was anticipating this game. I'm looking forward to it. What happened if it sucks? It's Sonic we're talking about. The answer, when it comes to anything Sonic related, it's like, what happens if it sucks? We just move on. That's it. That's just how it is, and we move on. Sonic does have an official game on Roblox. Lasai, we cringe on, huh? The schedule. Oh man, you know, I don't know why I said I would post a schedule. It's coming down to the wire for cleaning. I was thinking about playing more, continuing off where Kleesma left. Or you guys tell me. No, I'm not human. Is it worth revisiting that for a whole stream? Or you think we're better off just moving on? I like Frontiers. Frontiers was good. But it's weird. A lot of weird choices. You released a cover while Kleesma was in control. Yes. Your idol. That song really grew on me. More people to me. Game has a surprising amount of content. So yes. Okay. Continuation of Horror Week. I mean, that game, like, it's atmospherically scary. I like. Okay, what should I catch up on? I have to ask, was it your idea to have the Meow HQ characters? Of course! Of course! I thought it was... Well, you know, I don't know how I came up with the idea, but I was like... I don't know, I just thought it'd be cool to just do it with a bunch of characters. You know, I knew that I was going to do this when I sang it in the karaoke. At that point, it was already being worked on, and I knew that I wanted to do it with all of the Meow HQ agents. Ginger Snaps, hi, thanks for Super Chat. Hi, boss, I missed you. Hope you had a great Halloween. Besides the massage, how have you been? And of course, how are your kitty cats? Kitty cats are good. They've been going a little feral, because I've been going back and forth between my two places. I didn't spoil for a while. Yes. Yes. And yeah, that song's really grown on me. Voices of the Void finally came out with the 0.9 update. What does that mean, 0.9? Is it not even released? What does that even mean? It was the fan game that sparked it. Maybe, kinda. He's learning to keep his crumbs away. Yes, yes. Oh, yes. Still pre-alpha. It's going to be like 7 Days to Die. I remember when 7 Days to Die came out, I was like, huh? What do you mean came out? I've been playing that for the past 15 years. It's not even in beta yet. What? What? Hey Daniel, glad you're able to still stream even while you're moving. Yeah, I got a setup. My new place has fiber. So I'm only limited by the laptop. Good. I was looking into building a new computer, and it seems like DDR5 RAM is now, the price has surged. Great. Why? Because they're making, like, I don't know, something dumb, probably like AI toilets or something that uses DDR5 RAM or something. So my hopes of building a new computer this November, we'll see what the prices are like. Your new place has fiber, unlike your diet. Hey! I've been very regular, thank you very much. Okay? As I always am. Not big into K-pop, but the cover was nice. It was also really funny. I knew I wanted to have Cassbaby feature into the rap. That for sure I knew. Genova, thanks for the raid. Thank you so much. And yeah, I was editing that, and my computer crashed, and I lost the edit. So that whole music video was made the day of it released. If I was not squished, I would have been able to do more, but I think it came together. Blackfoot served so much aura. Did he now? What about CaspurrCatacini? Last time I got a tower was with Cyberpower on Black Friday. I'm a little worried about the prices. I guess I'll just wait. I'm gonna wait till Cyber Monday, Black Friday, and see what the prices are like for everything. I'm kind of tempted to just buy a pre-built. I don't know. I'm such a min-maxer. Unoptimally. Chippy Chan, thanks for 13 months. Happy Oshi Day to my Kame Oshi. For real, boss, it's been 2 months since I started drawing, and now I'm trying to figure out how to record a cover for your song. Oh, that's so sweet. Wow. Yeah, I mean, speaking of covers, Vivarium, Jesse Eisenberg, the movie. They covered Ghost Ghouls and Monsters. And thank you for inspiring me always. Keep smashing my expectations. I hope the rest of the move has no hiccups. Also, stay well and don't get sick. Chibi, I'm staying strong. What happened to PC? It wouldn't turn on. It won't turn on. We're gonna hear more of them on stream one day. You speaketh of a Blackfoot, Whiskey Verde, Cassbaby, and the sorts. Klezmo, I don't think we'll see Klezmo for a while. But I don't know. Who knows? Not me. They call him Origini. Back into the amber with you. Rip Mo. Is that what you call him? Elmo. The Mo in Spanish and Espanol. Get the Hatsune Miku Aces Tower. $5 billion. A micro center? No micro centers near me, I'm afraid. Sad to say. Joller! Hey, thanks for 13 months. This really says a lot about society. Thank you, Joller. While I've been away, a lot of Battlefield I've been playing. Been playing a lot of Battlefield. The Battle Royale. I don't, you know, the actual game that you have to buy, Battlefield 6, I kind of was like, whatever. I played the beta and I didn't really like it enough to purchase it. But the Battle Royale is free and I've been enjoying that a lot. Yeah, RedSec. Battlefield RedSec. Also, you'd be shocked to know that I have also booted back up No Man's Sky. I was so bored. I've been so desperate and bored. I've been hacking away at Digimon, but it's hard to, like, an RPG really needs you to sit down. It requires a part of your soul to really play through an RPG. It really does. Does it work? Well, it works when I'm not streaming. I don't know if it's gonna work once I start stream. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to really just casually play through an RPG. But I've been chipping away at it. I got Lady Devimon and Angelomon, and they combine. I'm gonna try to combine them. A certain factory game. You know, my brother showed me this game called Necess, and at first I was like, wait a minute. Because I was like, ooh, this looks like Stardew Valley. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, hold on. This is looking suspiciously like RimWorld. And I was like, and he's like, no. It's similar in some ways. And I was like, okay. What do you know about Necess? Mastamon? Is that the Digimon they combine into? Play Factorio with Cryptocini. He is a gamer. What has he been playing? He plays a bunch of like indie games that I've never heard of. And Counter-Strike. And Maple Story, most importantly. Riz, thanks for 12 months. 1 year. A whole year of sending you money on Purple site. Thank you, Riz. Thank you. Does he know you call him Cryptocini? Yes, I explained it. I explained the lore. Was Cryptocini affected by the CS market stuff? Yes. He said he made money off his reds. I don't know what that really means. I don't really understand it. Smart. I don't know. I don't know what it means. Okay, in honor of Oshi Day, I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story of something that happened to me that I haven't spoken about. Why? Well, it's something that I just haven't spoken on. And at this point, I'm going to tell it just because, for lack of not having anything better to really talk about, I think you would just find it interesting. And more posts about it keep coming up. But at this point, I think the time period to really clout farm or drama farm off of it has really passed. So I think just out of curiosity, well, on your part rather, more so just being an interesting story, I thought maybe you'd be interested to hear about this. Should we be scared? No, because it doesn't matter. He's getting political. Oh, just you wait. Did you commit a crime? No, somebody did. Okay, so I'm going to tell you... It's not a long story, but I thought it'd be interesting just to tell you about when I was supposed to join VShojo and how that fits into the timeline of everything. I never spoke on this because I just think it didn't really matter. And I know I've gotten myself into a fair share of drama enough just on my lonesome. And so I was like, you know what? I don't need to chime up about this. It doesn't matter. So before I debuted as Cas Baby, there was like a good, I don't know, what was it? I don't know how long it was, like a year or... It's been a while. I literally don't know the timeline exactly. But there was like a long period where I was like, I don't know if I should get back into VTubing. Okay? And I'm kind of like doing my own thing and admittedly feeling very lost. Not really sure. I don't really know. Maybe a lot of bad feelings associated with it. But a lot of like desire to do it again, right? And so this is going to be a story on basically how, in a roundabout way, VShojo is the reason I'm still VTubing. Because in the very beginning, perhaps in I don't know what the word is, not unjustified, but definitely very navigating with my feelings, right? And very negative, right? I was like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I thought, but I obviously was on the fence about it. I'll probably leave out her name just for the sake of whatever courtesy. But one of the talents was like, hey, have you thought about becoming a VTuber again? And I was like, oh, man. Yes, no, I don't know. Okay, well, I can, you know, maybe you can have a talk with someone, just kind of talk it out. And then, yeah, talking a little bit. And then the boring stuff, right? Like the actual what the two people want out of the situation, blah, 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 blah. Boring stuff. It doesn't even matter now at this point, right? But eventually it's just is like, okay. I mean, they don't even exist anymore. So I guess it doesn't even matter. I was going to say, you know, I don't want to say anything where they feel like they need to defend themselves, but I don't think I think they got bigger problems, or they don't even got bigger problems anymore because they don't even exist to have the problems to even begin with at this point. But basically they say, okay, we want, and you know the thing is, I'm not even sure if Kuro was debuted at this point, but we want more dudes for Kuro to be with, to just associate within our own company. No, I think Kuro was definitely had debuted at that point, for sure. It was a long time ago. I'm not really sure. There might be some weird contradictory things I say for the time, but that's just out of like, I didn't prep any of this. I'm just talking off the top of my head right now. He was debuted. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Lost my train of thought. But anyways, I don't really want to talk about the other people. There's some crazy shit that I wish I just never even knew about. But so I'll just talk about like how it affected me. And you know, I guess it's just to complain a little bit because on one side, they're not the reason, but they kind of like, well, not them, but the talent kind of was like push the stone to get it rolling in the first place for me to be like, okay, maybe I will give it a chance and I'll think about it. And then we were talking back and forth, and eventually it was kind of like, I don't want to say they convinced me, because it kind of sucks to even to say that, like, oh, Shoujo's the reason. But they were kind of like, they put the kernel in my head about it, right? I was like, okay, maybe I can. Maybe it's worth pursuing, and they would help me. So basically, it's like, okay, let's do it. Here's a contract. I'm like, okay, cool. And for all I knew, it was going to happen. But then at the last moment, they said, oh, we're not going to pursue this anymore. And I was like, oh, that comes as a surprise. I thought we were going through with it. You know, I have this contract in front of me. They're like, and the reason they gave was like, we can't support your ideas financially. And at first I was like, oh, that sounds like just like a bullshit way to get, you know, it's like, okay, you don't want to move forward, that's fine. But I was kind of like, they can't support my ideas financially. Like, I was like, that seems like a bullshit excuse. You know, I was like, what do you mean support my idea? After everything that came out, maybe not so bullshit after all. Well, because in my head, I'm like, what? Shoujo's broke? What are you talking about? Right? That's ridiculous. What are you even talking about? Yeah. But at that point, I was kind of like, well, I felt a little scorned. I don't, because at that point, again, I don't want to say the only reason I want to do VTubing is because VShojo said that they wanted me, right? I was like, I'd like to think that some of the motivation comes from my own creative desires and wants to pursue it, right? But like, just in a very simple way, putting it, I wasn't even going to become a fucking VTuber. You guys came to me, right? And I was like, what the fuck? I was pissed. I was like, what the hell? Like, I definitely felt like weirdly ran around. Because it's not like I was this VTuber that applied and wanted to get in, blah, blah. I was like, you guys came to me. And I'm happy to say that confidently, because that's for sure what was the case. I was like, I wasn't even going to become a VTuber. And now I've been like weirdly baited to, that was super annoying. But, they never owed me anything or anything like that. But I guess the thing is that, like, so part of why I even was going to become a VTuber in the first place was because of the way that this started with VShojo. Was like this conversation started, and along that conversation, I was like, okay, I want to become a VTuber. But there was like this weird timing of it, obviously it's like, when would you debut, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, trying to like figure out, oh, well, I need a model and all that and an artist and stuff. So I will say that, I mean, maybe someone somewhere would contest this timeline, but to me, I was already having problems with an artist that you guys know. Nothing like bad blood or anything like that, but like it was like not really working out with the artist's availability. But because of this discussion with VShojo, it was delayed even further than it should have been. In my estimation, I would say 6 months of time that just was not necessary. I was just in limbo. And but the thing is that after everything's said and done, 6 months on another 6 months, now it's been a year, and that, I mean, I hate to say it, but possibly could have affected my debut in a more perverse way than I'd like to admit, who knows what that would have been like if I could have debuted way sooner. And yeah, that's just my story. People close to me they asked me, because when all this VShojo stuff came out and everyone was dropping their stories and stuff, people that I knew asked me, how come you're not talking about your thing there? And like, put it frankly, look at all these. Of course, it's a terrible situation. People got really fucked over, right? I'm not even. And that's a part of why I didn't say anything. I'm like, people are getting like really fucked, and like I don't think that I should come out right now and be like, but what about me, guys? Don't you think that I should get some clout from this? It's just like, after everything I've been through, it's like, well, I don't even want to deal with that. But I don't know. Just today I was like, I'm going to talk about it. For one, it's just kind of interesting, I think. Right? I don't know. You tell me. Are you like boring? Next topic. But it's interesting. I think at this point, I think maybe you guys would find it interesting. That's what happened. It was like this. Wasn't really sure. VShojo said that they wanted. And I say this, right? There are some people. There's probably varying degrees of maliciousness within the company, right? And I'm using, when I say VShojo, it's like a broad term just so I don't have to single anyone out. There are some people that are really nice to me, that are really on board, that probably had nothing to do with the falling out and all that, obviously. But yeah, I guess, things happen for a reason. Who knows what it would have been like? I would have debuted as Glorp and Schmorp, and who knows what? Yeah, but that's my little story. And you know, I heard, like, or not heard, but there were obviously talents that were like ready to debut, and they were like on the docket to debut, and they got really fucked over. And again, another reason why I didn't really say anything at the time. But I will say, it wasn't like, oh, well, I submitted an application. Like, there was a contract in front of me, and I was ready to do it, and they were on board, you know? So it's like, definitely not as fucked up as some of those other talents, but I kind of got fucked too. I'm just gonna say, I kind of got fucked over a little bit. But again, nothing that dramatic. And I guess the worst thing is kind of set back our own debut. I was going to say a little bit, but, you know, 6 months of time is not nothing. And I don't want to, you know, I think I do too much of it. But, so, not to say like, oh, well, it kind of fucked me up. But, yeah, it kind of fucked me up for a little bit. I was kind of like, you know, definitely lost my footing there. Because I was like, oh, man, what the hell was this? You know, just kind of weird, like... Because I kind of was there left now, like, oh, shit, well, now I don't have a model, or maybe I could have had a model by now, and it was just, and then the artist couldn't, there was bad timing, totally separately separate from the VShojo thing, and it was just fucked. And then I ended up debuting 17 years after everything said and done, right? So yeah, kind of, it was kind of fucked up. And that's what happened to me, CaspurrCatacini. I was like this little pebble that kind of got lost in that noise. But that's my little story about it. KK, thanks for the 11 months. Noah Everneon, 1 month away from a year. KK, welcome back. But maybe that puts it into more perspective, just thinking back on the timeline. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should just never have brought this up, or maybe I should have talked about this during the time. Yeah, that's my little story. I forget you only got your official model earlier this year. Feels like it's been 5 years or something. No, huh? I'm just glad you came back and dodged a bullet. Yeah, I mean... Again, I just wanted to tell you in reference to myself, I think there have been plenty of people to talk shit at this point. And trust me, I'm not one to not talk shit. I love talking shit, but it's whatever now, I guess. But the conclusion of the story is like, in a weird way, VShojo is the reason why I'm here. In a weird, fucked up way. I want to give myself some credit. I think eventually I would have found myself back here on my own. But they definitely pushed me towards a little taking the steps. Because, again, I was kind of like, oh man, this is fucked up. Well, now, you know, I felt a little spiteful. You know, I was like, well, now I'm gonna do it myself, kind of thing. But I think I would have found my way here eventually. But yeah. Glad you're with us now. Me too. Me too. Thoughts on whichever Nintendo game is coming out. Kirby Air Riders? Is that out yet? November 20th. What the heck? That's like the end of the month. That's basically, you basically should just say it comes out in December. That's more in December than it is in November. Wait, they have a playtest. How do you join it? Can you just download the playtest and play? Literally is not. You gotta understand. You gotta be more open to the things I say. Metroid Prime 4. It's in the member. Oh, I thought I saw you guys talking about it. Oh, I see. Want to try Kirby Air Riders for yourself? Nintendo Switch Online members or anyone trying out the service with a free trial can play online for free in the global test ride. November... It's this weekend. Oh, shoot! Hey, Lucas. Hey, boss. Congrats on the unsquishioning. Thank you. Maybe we'll stream that. Does that mean we could play together, do you think? The two people that own a Switch 2 in this chat. Meowsk! Thank you for the 13 months. Think fast, chuckle nuts. Throws bomb at you. Ouch. Thank you, Meowsk. Switch 2 only. I don't know. Actually, wait, hold on. Maybe not. Is it only for Switch 2? I actually don't know. Oh, wait. This playtest is like a week long. It goes from the 8th to the 16th. What? And then it releases 5 days later? Huh. It's a Switch 2 only game. I'll cook you, boy. Oh, yeah? We'll find out. Hopefully, it might be like locked, the features. We'll see. I wonder if we'll be able to play together. Like through a lobby code or something. Who knows? Oh, that's exciting. We got something to do this weekend. Another reason for me to not get my packing and cleaning done somehow. Time you boot up Mario Kart World. 8 Deluxe? I had a chance to get a Switch 2, but I went for a laptop instead. Probably smart. Probably smart. But I will say there's a few games coming out. This Animal Crossing update that's only Switch 2. With 12-player multiplayer lobbies. I'll cook you in both. Oh, yeah? That's in January. Gotcha. Yeah, I can't believe we're going to be booting up. Can you believe they got us booting up Animal Crossing New Horizons in 2026? Only if everyone has a Switch 2. The 12-player update, that's evil. That's nefarious. Nefarious. I want a new game. That is the kind of monkey's paw about this. I think now we're not going to get another Animal Crossing game for a very long time. Or, I don't know. They always surprise us. They're just doing whatever. Black Friday sale for Switch 2s? I do see them in the store. You can actually buy one now. It's not like they're sold out constantly. I'm gonna... Is there... Oh, God. Wait. How is it gonna work? Oh, God. I feel like it's gonna be janky, guys. I'm just trying to imagine how it works. Man, you know, Animal Crossing, here's the thing. It needs the power of, like, a PC game. And, like, the interface of a PC game. You know what I mean? Like, the ease of, like, the UI and the way you navigate. It's, like, it's screaming for, like, PC accessibility. But with everything else being Animal Crossing. You know what I mean? 3-minute airport cutscene. Yeah, exactly. Like, I want to be able to click and drag and, God, and type in the chat, right? Message. Nintendo always manages to make online play so weird. Yeah, join my lobby, and then join my pool, and then join my jacuzzi, and join my hot tub, and then we can play a game. But 2 people can't play for some reason. Hey, Apollo, thanks for the raid. Apollo Boogman. There's this fitness YouTuber I used to watch named Christian Guzman, and whenever I see your name, I think of it. Boogman. Thank you for the raid. I'm CaspurrCatacini, everyone. Hello. I'm ranting and raving about insert any subject here. Hey, Trethra, thanks for the 13 months. Your alter ego. I wanted to play Animal Crossing with you in the Operatives. You can. Hold out hope. Mellow Apollo and Raiders. Arc Raiders? Guys, I can't be playing extraction shooters. I can't be walking around crouching in silence for 45 minutes and then get shot and killed by 2 bullets and then lose everything. And that's the gameplay loop. I can't play. I can't do it. I'm too much of a boomer, I guess. I can't do that. I can't go in, crouch, and kind of, careful. Don't make sure no one hears me. And do that for 45 minutes and then be someone else's loot pinata. It was rough. I mean, I sit in Discord. My friends are playing it. I'm working on stuff. And they just are... It sounds painful. Dreamy, thanks for the gifted, Dreamy. Reminds me of Apex. But at least Apex, you just kind of... You don't lose anything and you could just re-queue. My problem is, like... Well, the way my you know, because, like, we have a friend that's super into it. And he's super knowledgeable about the game. And he's kind of coaching us and we're playing. And he's like, no, we don't want to fight anyone. And my other friend's like, what the fuck is this game? We should just go rucking. We should go on a marathon. You know, it's like... It's the shooter game where you don't want to shoot anyone or get shot, right? No, I mean, I'm not... I've always had a hard time with, like, Escape from Tarkov. These extract... There was a sci-fi one I kind of liked. Last Frontier? Final Frontier? Lost Frontier? If you guys remember, it was an extraction shooter that kind of had a cartoony sci-fi look to it. Terry, thanks for the 10 months. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Sonic Frontiers. Oh, Hater Teeny, how I've missed you. I'm back. I'm unsquished, unflattened. Can I get the mic a little higher? The finals? No, that's something else. So many multiplayer friend games are just an inferior version of doing weird stuff with friends outside. Animal Crossing? Soft spot. Ooh, I took critical damage the other day. I was heating something up in my microwave, and then I bent down to open the oven to put something in it, and I got up, and the corner of the microwave door hit my head. Critical damage right in my soft spot. I saw stars. Another day, another Caspurr injures himself. Yeah. Did you reset? Huh? Who are you? Who am I? Where am I? You are cataclysmal? Huh? Birds flying around your vision. It's glizzies. Oh. Sorry, I got a little flustered. I'm sorry. I'm a little scatterbrained. I got a little flustered telling my story. Obviously, it's been a long time after the fact, but yeah, there's some negative emotions there for sure. I didn't imagine getting all. Boss became a little bit more normie with that crit. Has it been a damper on your mental? No, it hasn't for a long time. I mean, listen, you guys know me. CaspurrCatacini. For me not to have said anything during the time people were talking about it, really think about that. And for me not to say anything, like, that is my evidence for having moved on from it. You know what I mean? Like, can you believe that I didn't even say anything about it at the time? But just talking about it now, I mean, I haven't thought about it in a long time. But it's because someone made like a tweet that got a lot of attention recently, and I was just kind of thinking about it, and so I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna tell the operatives about it. Some interesting Caspurr lore about it, huh? Very sneaky, listening from work, Delacroix. Don't put me on speaker. Boss became a little bit more normie. You know, I was thinking about... Well, I don't know. It's just sad to say, like... You know, I'm so obsessed with my third spaces, right? Coffee shop, cafes, library, parks. And how we don't really, like... we still have them, but very few readily available third spaces for people like around our age, right? And I watched a video that was like some commentary video about like socialization and post-COVID and how everything's all effed up. But I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? It's like I have very little opportunity to meet people anymore, you know? And the years are kind of just going by, and I'm kind of like, you know, because I'm hanging out with like my friends, and I guess I'm a little boomer. I'm very bad at like online relationships. I really bad with keeping up with my friends. I mean, I'll hop on Discord and game, but that's a little bit of boomerism that I have in me that I can't be like... It's hard for me to really like engage with someone. I get bored. I get bored engaging with someone like, bloop, how was your day? You know, I'm not good at that. And I don't think I'm not proud of it. You know, I really should keep up with more of my relationships than I do. I'm a very in-person guy. You know, it's like, hey, let's go see the Chainsaw movie, or let's get lunch, or what are you doing right now? Let's go get a coffee. But I have 3 people. I mean, besides my familia, maybe literally 3 people, and that I consider like friends in that capacity. I have been unable to convince Randon to move near me. He does not seem to be a fan of the type of place I live. But, and here's the thing, like, I had a friend message me, and was like, oh, we hardly talk anymore, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I was talking to them, I was like, listen, I don't know what your perception of, like, our relationship is, like, our friendship, like, because it sounds like to me that you're like, oh, man, Caspurr barely messages me, or he sounds bored, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're literally one of the people I talk to most besides the people I see every day in my daily life. To me, like, all these other people, I have not even spoken to or sent a message to in years. So that little check-in where we message each other like once every 2 months, you're in my top percentile of people that I talk to. Scamming the elderly? No, that's the internet people. I saw them. I saw them getting scammed. Oh, shit. I forget what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. So, you know, I have like just 3 people around me. And I feel like in the past 2 years, we have lifted each other up in like significant ways. We've really helped each other in like different facets of our lives. And I was hanging out with my friend at the gym, and I'm like, you know, think of how much better, like, we've known each other for barely 3 years, and I feel like both of our lives have improved so significantly. I was thinking, I was like, if we just had one more friend. Can you imagine if we just had one more friend at the same level of our friendship? I was like, can you imagine what we would be able to do? Because we were kind of reflecting, you do this more and more as you get older. You kind of like are like, oh, remember this, remember this. I'm like, we haven't even known each other for 5 years. And I was like, but it's so hard to meet people. And I was like, imagine there was like another person that has the same routine. You know, we go to the gym together, we talk about our lives, we celebrate, whatever. What if there was another person as available? You know, because you kind of, like, you guys know, if you have, like, a best friend or, like, that little group of, like, your 2 best friends, 3 best friends, then you have, like, your other friends. And they're not acquaintances. They're definitely your friends. People you'd want at your Christmas party, at your wedding, at your birthdays. Like, they're definitely your friends. But they're not, like, your core friends, right? It's difficult. And I was like, I don't know. I don't even know the point of my story. I guess I'm just saying I'm lonely. No, I'm just saying, like, it's just so hard to meet people. And I was just saying to my friends, I'm like, man, if only we had like one more person that was like a core rotational friend, how great life would be. But then we go to the coffee shop and we talk to a guy and I'm like, dude, that guy was fucking weird. Why do you need one more guy? Yeah, or 2 or 3 or like however many more. I guess my point is just like how much value that we are able to get out of being each other's friends in a group of like 3, sometimes 4 people. My friend and I saw you from across the bar and we really like your vibe. The thing is, I know that that's like a meme, but it does seem like that is lost. That is lost upon the people. Right? Like, I was telling the story about the internet store and the guy's talking about Arc Raiders, and I see the shirt he's wearing. It's a gym that I used to go to, and he was talking about, like, I could just become this guy's friend. I bet, because he's obviously local to the area, right? Because he's at this store. I bet I could go up to him and be like, dude, I heard you talking about Arc Raiders, bro. Me and my friends, and because he was saying like, yeah, I just go in solo, and it's not so bad. I heard that. Caspurr, creep alert, right? Am I right? But like, I could have easily gone up to the guy like, dude, heard you like Arc Raiders. Me and my friends are always playing. I see you wearing that shirt. Do you work at that gym? I used to go to that gym. Can you get me a discount, bro? Usagi, thanks for the 10 months. Happy Twitch 10th month anniversary, boss. It's hard to believe it's been that long already. You inspire me to continue working for my dreams to come true. You will always be my Kamiyoshi and my hero. Usagi, you're a hero. That's crazy, Usagi. Thank you. I'm going to keep doing my best. That's so sweet of you, as always. Okay, so something awful happened today. Oh, so cringe. I'm not like super, as much as I imagine myself to be Patrick Bateman, I'm definitely much more of like a Mordecai from regular show, right? God, I'm at the store, or I'm at this restaurant that I usually go to, and there's like a waiter, server type of person there that I usually see. And I don't know, we talked about like our age, or I don't know, it like came up, and then he goes, oh, wait, how old are you? And I go, and then he goes, oh, wait, you're old. And at first I was like, ah, man. But then he's like, I thought you were like 22. And I go, oh. And I was like, oh yeah, I get that a lot. And he goes, what do you do? And I was like, oh. And I was like, well, something that I started to do that I prioritize now is I wear sunscreen on my face every day, no matter what. And I didn't say this, but it's because, chat, that's what you guys got me to do. And he was like, yeah, yeah, you know, they always say that. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta wear sunscreen. You gotta protect yourself. It's like the simplest thing you could do is wear sunscreen and drink a lot of water. And he goes, oh yeah, which one do you use? And so the one I use is this Beauty. It's called Beauty of Joseon. It's a Korean one. It's the you guys recommended it to me, I'm pretty sure. The Beauty of Joseon. And I looked it up. It's like, oh yeah, let me take a picture of that. And I was like, okay, here. And then I left, and I'm sitting in the car, and I'm looking at the product I looked up, and it was a Beauty of Joseon ripoff brand. It was like a fake one that, like, if you search it up on Amazon, they pay to put their search results at the top, and it literally, the packaging looks like it. And then I was like, oh shit, do I go in there and like be like, oh dude, bro, that's not the right one? But I was like, oh, that's awkward. Do I, I just left. I got out of my car and I was going to go back in to be like, oh, actually, that's not the real. But then I was like, oh, that's cringe. I'm embarrassed. And I left. I'm sorry. Hopefully he doesn't buy it. And the next time I see him, I'll tell him. You get it from Amazon? No, I just searched it up on Amazon just because I don't know. In the moment, I was not thinking about it. I was just kind of like, you know, I wasn't really thinking about it. Now you've ruined that poor guy's skin. I will correct myself the next time I see this person. Just added 20 years to that man's face. Okay, but like surely even if it's a ripoff one, it's still gotta be sunscreen. You know, sunscreen is sunscreen. It might not be as like silky smooth as the... By the way, you guys are right. That Beauty of Joseon brand sunscreen for the face, that's real good. It has a weird smell though, if I'm being honest. And if you use the one I use, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of smelly. It doesn't smell bad, but it smells kind of weird. That smell oh yeah, we've been over this. You doomed him. 30 carcinogens in the off-brand. Doomed for life. Oh, God. I should have just walked in. Well, he was, like, busy, and he's serving other people. I don't want to be like, oh, God. Yeah. Whatever. You know what? I think I have one. I'm going to bring him one that I haven't opened yet. And I'll be like, oh, I actually gave you the wrong link. But, you know, I have... That will fix my social faux pas. Yup. You're shaking your head at me. Yeah. That's how bad you feel. Yes. God. Also, I gotta rant about this. I am so... I can't... You know, I'm very open. Okay? I'm very open when it comes to physical health, working out. I encourage everyone to work out. And I don't think that you're being judged or anything, like, because no one does that. That being said, I'm so fucking sick of the old people at my gym. They are just coughing up a storm. They're fucking filthy. They're disgusting. They're just they smell bad. They're coughing up a storm. And it's like, the thing is, I go and I want to use the cable machine, but if the old guy waddles up to it, I'm like, oh, okay, yep. Old guy on the cable machine. He's going to be there for 3 fucking hours. When the old guy walks up to the machine, yep. Let me go eat lunch because it's over. It's over. And I thought I was like a pretty open guy when it comes to like a social setting like that. Like I don't feel like I'm that judgmental. At least, you know, I'm not like, ugh, fuck. But I broke. I finally broke. And I can't stand up. There is just... Oh, God. Love you, Cass. Getting McDonald's BRB. 1 filet-o-fish, please. 2 filet-o-fish. No, 1. Just one. There's just this one... You know, and I'd say I get it. Because it's like... When you go to the gym, that's motivating. Like, you could do the same workouts at home. I get it. Right? But at a certain point... And I was there with some friends, and he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, no, yeah, that old lady, she's been here. And I think the same thing. Just, it's like, just, and it's like, just nonstop. And it's not just like judgmental. It's like a health thing, okay? It's not that I'm like, oh God, you're like, got the uggos in my gym or anything like that. I clearly don't think that. In fact, that's me. But it's just like, one, you're sick, right? There's two options. One, you're sick. Like, you're sick and you're fucking everyone up with your sickness, right? Or two, if you're coughing up coughing up a lung on the stationary bike, leaning back, then like you need some core basics to do. Like, you need to just go up and down your stairs, or like a couple bodyweight squats would do you so much justice. And you would save yourself a lot of suffering at the gym. The thing is, like, that I do understand that's kind of like a faulty way of thinking, because it's like, well, you go to the gym to get healthy, right? Like, you don't need to be jacked to go to the gym. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, it sounds like she's dying. Meowbitan, thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. There is this guy, I call him Shrek. Okay? Okay, and they're just rude. Never mind the... Oh my... You know, I've been going on this weird arc where I'm like trying to... It's fucked. Okay? So one, there's a guy. I call him Shrek because he smells bad. He smells like onions. He wears like this same hoodie. He's drenched. And he takes out a... I fucking cannot believe that. I've told you this before. He takes out a bread bag and he spits into the bread bag. Like a white bread loaf bag. Like the bag that a loaf of bread comes in. He spits into it while he works out. Hey, Rhett. G'day. G'day, Rhett. And he smells awful and he's coughing all the time. Okay? So there's like the gross people. Then there's the creepy people. There was this guy that kind of chimed in. You know, me and my friend are talking. And granted, maybe me and my friend talk a little too much. Maybe talk a little too loudly. I have my headphones in. And so I'm kind of talking. And we're talking about, like... I think I talked about this story where it's like... we're talking about, like, kids and the iPads and stuff. And he goes, yeah! I know what you mean. And he's, like, kind of, like, not close enough for this to be, like, an acceptable, like, distance to be chime. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's talking. He's like, yeah, I worked in education, blah, 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 blah. All right. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And it was this awkward thing where, like, I'm standing in between him and my other friend. So it's like, I felt, like, socially forced to either, like, I either needed to, like, turn away or, like, engage him. It was weird. And I turn and he's talking to me, blah, blah. And it's fine. Right? He's fine. He's talking about education, blah, blah. And then he goes, and then Trump came and fucked it all up. And I'm like, okay, maybe he did come and fuck it all up. He probably did. But, like, I'm just trying to do my squats. Just kidding. I don't squat. I'm just trying to do my hack squats over here. And you've trapped me in this, the old person domain expansion. You ever take out the trash and then your neighbor has their garage door open and they're like, they're in your path. You know what I mean? Like, I go to take out the trash, and, like, I'm trying to walk back to my house, and then I see them. Their garage door's open. I'm like, oh, gulp. I hope they're not there. And they turn, and you hear it. Ro iki tenkai. Ah! And you're trapped in their old person domain expansion of casual conversation. And I get it. They're lonely. Right? They're old and lonely. Their kids don't talk to them. Maybe they don't have kids. I don't know. I get it and I engage with them. But at a certain point, oh, fuck. And then, okay, so then there's that. There are characters. I've given them names, right? So there's, I call this one guy he's really his skin looks like beef jerky. He's probably 8,000 years old and roided with like every single steroid you can imagine. And he's got the skin consistency of Vecna from the Stranger Things, and I call him Vecna. He's jacked though. He'd probably beat my ass. He's always wearing like MMA shit, but he's just like, I don't like his energy. He has like an aggressive energy. You know, just like, oh fuck, and he makes me nervous. I don't like being around him, right? There's this one guy who like got into a fight with like the Shrek guy. This older guy got into a fight with the Shrek guy, and every time I see him, he comes up to me and he goes, "I'm so sorry about that. Like the thing, blah blah." He like has to explain. I'm like, dude, I didn't even know about this fight. I don't know. But he said, yeah, I got in a fight with this guy, blah blah. And every time he comes up, he's like, yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Like that shit was blah blah. And I'm like, oh, I don't even know what you're talking about. Don't implicate me in this, because that Shrek guy's gonna come over and pour his spit bag all over me. I don't want to know. There's this other guy he's just like super Christian old guy, you know. He wears like the same shirt that says, I don't know what it says, like God is right or something like that. He comes in, and I swear to God, he comes in, he pulls up on his truck with all the Jesus stickers on it. He runs on the treadmill at max speed for 30 seconds, and he leaves. I'm not exaggerating. He's in the gym for like a minute. He drives in, comes in, sprints full speed on the treadmill, and then he leaves. Right? The one who called Connor his favorite. And here's the thing, you know? Hey, I'm not a political streamer, okay? Maybe I'll get a dog in here and shock it a little bit. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Maybe I'll get some more viewers. I don't know. But like, yeah, he wears a MAGA hat. He comes in and he's got like, he's keen on my friend Connor. And he goes, yeah, I see you in here working hard. Good looks. And the thing is, I'm there with him too. But he doesn't talk to me because I'm, you know, ethnically ambiguous. I have a couple things floating around in me. I don't know. Assumption on my part. Maybe he's just intimidated by me. I don't know. But that kind of, you know, that kind of rubs me the wrong way. But, okay, but here's the thing. There's this other guy. We call him Singed. Because he's like an old bald guy. And he runs laps around the gym. Right? He's really fit for being 8,000 years old. Like, to his credit, if I'm as fit as him when I'm his age, that would be amazing. These people are fit, right? They're super old and they're able to work out still and lift weights. And you call him Singed because he's old and bald. And he's been pretty polite for the most part. He walks laps around the gym. But again, why is he singed? Because he's coughing, open mouth coughing. So he's like singed doing his laps. He's what is it called when you go in front of the lane and you kill the minions before they get to the tower? What is that called in League of Legends, that technique? He's specking? What is that called? He's proxy farming. Yeah, my friend says here his Singed is proxy farming at the gym. He's doing his laps like, and if you get caught in his cloud smoke, he's gonna proxy farm you at the gym. But me, my friends there, Connor's there, and my other friends there, and we're bench pressing, or no, we're doing the Smith machine just because I've given up on the bench press. I feel like it doesn't really give you gains. But we're there, and I was like, you know, there's like a new Jeff Nippard video, and it's like, hey, maybe like longer rests are better. And he comes up and he goes, and again, I don't think it's not malicious. I can say for a fact it didn't come from a malicious place, but he goes, hey boys, less chatting, more lifting, yeah? He goes, I'm just joking. And he runs away. He goes back to his proxy farming. And I could tell, I look at my two friends, because I'm one, I always disarm it with like some kind of, with brevity, or not brevity, that's quickness, right? Levity. I'll say like a joke. So I don't know what I said. I'm like, you know, I was like, I'm just getting my rest sets in. Haha. But my other friends, I mean, Connor takes it on the chin, but his his brother, you know, not so happy. But the thing is, yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked. They're rude. They're old. They're gross. Yeah, very much haha, yeah. But yeah, they were like, I didn't like that. And I'm like, I didn't like that either. Cinched proxy farming. Vecna is trying to find the Stranger Things kids to kill. We got Shrek crafting some sort of alchemic potion in his bread bag. I gotta find a different gym. Oh, but it's the most convenient gym for me. It's the most convenient and like a good price point. So I would need to go further and pay more to avoid the clientele. And it's like the gym, it's a hobby. It's kind of a hobby. What makes a hobby? You know, there's like, see, this is weird. What is a hobby? And people are like, oh, well, like going to the gym is a hobby. And it's like, kinda. I don't know, though. It's... What do you think? Is going to the gym... See, it's weird. Here's the thing. Working out, not a hobby. Powerlifting, that's a hobby. Going to the gym and working out, not a hobby. Rock climbing, that's a hobby. Right? Like, going to the gym and working out, not a hobby. Calisthenics, it's a hobby. It's like, there are some things that are like kind of hobbies. Yeah, it's like a lifestyle thing. What's another example? Gaming. That's a perfect example. It's like kind of a hobby. And I was talking to my friend about like what necessitates a hobby, or sorry, what does a hobby necessitate? Some sort of progression and like inner desire. Because it's like someone, like if you just game, I'm like, that's a recreational activity, but I don't know if I would say it's a hobby. But if you told me, oh, I'm a speedrunner, I'm like, oh, that's a hobby, right? It's like a weird, like it has to be niched in a little bit. Another example, gaming is like kind of a hobby, not really. But if someone said, oh, I'm an achievement hunter, I'm a completionist, I try to 100% all my games, I like to now all of a sudden, oh, it's a hobby. And I had this conversation with my friend. It's like, what is a hobby? What isn't a hobby? Stamp collecting, hobby? I don't know. It's weird. There needs to be like some kind of progression involved. Gaming is 100% a hobby. It's a recreational activity, I would say, and it's kind of a hobby. The thing is, it comes from like your purpose. Do you just play a bunch of games? Like, there could be someone that plays 5 times more games than you do, but your gaming could be more of a hobby because it's your intent, right? You like the way that you like position yourself within it. I'm not saying gaming's not a hobby. I'm saying it's kind of a hobby, and it depends. Gaming is still a hobby? It's a pseudo hobby. It's half a hobby. Just finishing Delacroix, just finishing all the games I played to the end feels a bit more like an accomplishment than, say, 30 games of League of Legends. The people, they're afraid to accept it, but I think it's true. You're so wrong. Hey, what the hell? Cataclysmal got to you. I think your logic is mildly flawed, but I like your perspective. I view it from like a growth perspective. Like, the thing is, it's for your own benefit and life fulfillment. Is that your opinion? Because you play games for money, it's no longer a hobby. No. Yes. Well, I think the same thing of like, you know, like going to the gym. I think a lot of people would say it's a hobby, but it's like kind of a hobby. It might be too broad to be a hobby. Like, okay, here's another example. Like someone who's really into fighting games and they only play fighting games. That seems like, for some reason to me, it seems like more of a hobby, right? Do you know what I'm saying? There's like something, I feel like there's this narrowing that makes it seem more like a hobby. Hobby, noun, an activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. Yeah, is jerking off a hobby then? See? That's what I'm talking about. That's too broad. All right? Yeah, I like to walk around my kitchen and go... and drink coffee. Is it a hobby? Exactly. Does the coffee make it better? Yeah, it does. Do you guys get angry at me? I like that you're willing to ask the tough questions, see? You know what? I brought up a good point, and that's why you're enraged. You piss me off so bad. Do you care if we do? Of course I do. You're my operatives. Always, man. Keep it up. Go. Thank you, Lucas. I mix coffee with cinnamon sticks. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds real good. It's a way to make the coffee taste better without putting additional calories in it. I feel like if you put money or time into something without a lucrative benefit, it makes it a hobby. Yeah. You're not the goat for jerking off while drinking coffee in your kitchen. No, that's two separate things. I just meant like kind of old man moans just because I was like, you know, I was, what I meant was like, I wake up and I'm kind of like tired and I'm kind of like, just kind of like waking up in my kitchen. That was unrelated to the jorking it part. In fact, you guys are sick. Is karaoke a hobby? You know, that's the thing, right? Like, there is some requisite amount of, like... If you go every once in a while with your friends, is karaoke a hobby? Probably not. But if you go, like... It's this sort of intention where you go to, like, get better. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely some sort of focus and intention that can make something a hobby. And at that point, anything could be. Solving Rubik's Cubes could be a hobby. Straightening out paper clips could be a hobby. Like, anything could be a hobby. Undoing staples from bundles of paper could be a hobby. It's like the intent. Watching CaspurrCatacini is my hobby. No, it's your job. It's your life's purpose. Getting better at untangling my yarn is not a hobby, but there could be. Can you imagine professional yarn untangling, and someone is devoted? Like, they could. I bet someone could make it a hobby. Fuck you, man. You don't even pay us. Pink! I pay you with cherished memories. Where else are you gonna get those? I wish I could get paid to watch VTubers. Yeah, that sounds like some kind of weird, like MLM guru scam. You know, like like a crypto website. It's always like, get paid doing the thing you love. Welcome to welcome to VTubeDinero.com.biz. For every VTuber you watch, get a multiplier of 5 times whatever. Isn't that what editors do? No, editors are editors. Can we get some more of those Caspurr tired sounds as payment? I don't think my... Speaking of, I have yet to unbox that microphone you guys got me, but I do have it. I think I've said that already. Cherished memories are not money, you dingus. Yeah, but once you guys are hooked up to the Matrix and your happiness is converted into energy, it will be monetary, and you'll have more of a bank of cherished memories to convert into life force energy for your battery, machine battery. All right, I'm desperate. I got to the point. I mean, I've been playing Battlefield, but it's like whatever, you know. We're gonna play that for a month and then move on eventually. Oh, I was hovering over the install button of Black Desert Online. I was looking up all sorts of MMOs, Blue Protocol, Blue Protocol, Star Resonance. I mean, I'm getting desperate over here. I was so close to downloading Blue Protocol. What do you think about that? Don't play an MMO? Man, MapleStory needs to come out! Been kind of hooked on Blue Protocol. Lady. Don't tempt me. I will do it. Black Desert Online, though. God. Arc Raiders? Oh, man, you missed my extraction shooter rant. I don't enjoy the extraction shooter. I'll be honest. Didn't Atlas have an update? Yeah, I do have that downloaded. But it's kind of like it's not an MMO though. Pseudo MMO. Just like the pseudo hobbies. Just bought the new Katamari. Yeah, I was looking at that as well. It's a little too expensive for me to want to get it currently. Is it good? Have you played it? Have you booted it up, Cherry? MapleStory, what about Mabinogi? I tried Mabinogi. Didn't you just buy a $70 game only to play it once? What are you talking about? Which game? What game? What $70 game? Silent Hill? Oh, Donkey... No, I played a lot of Donkey Kong. Offline. Would you play WoW? I'm getting desperate enough. I'm considering it. I actually played a lot of Donkey Kong off stream. That's not a cope. It's true. You can't keep it from us. Just wait till I tell you about my late night Discord calls with Connor where he's streaming Digimon to me. I'm getting the premium experience. We stream to each other. Just, you know, as you do with your friends. Like, sometimes I'll play a game and you stream it to your friends in the Discord. And I'm like, sometimes I'll stream my games to him and he'll stream. And we were laughing. I was like, dude, someone would pay like premium bucks to sit in here and get this exclusive stream. But it's not so lively. Because, like, I'm streaming in that Discord and, like, Connor and Agent Tanner, maybe one other person will be there. And I'm not like, well, guys, check this out. I'm like, fucking bullshit this part. I fucking hate this. Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna get something to eat. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Huh? Yeah, I don't fucking know. I didn't see that. Man. Oh my god, genius idea. The BFE experience. I stream, but I make the overlay look like I'm streaming from inside of a Discord call. That's genius. I'm gonna do that. It's like a fake Discord call. That's genius, actually. I didn't say e-dating. You skip a few steps and just go back to Discord streams. Okay. Alrighty, guys. That's gonna be the end. I went a little longer than I thought I would. Sorry. I know you yearn for Caspurr consistency yet again, but it won't be coming back for a long time. Don't leave us. I know. I gotta go eat dinner. I gotta go back and clean up a little bit. Check on the cats again. Busy. Hey, listen. I'm sorry. You know, I hate being the man with 500 things going on. But that being said, I'm the man with 500 things going on. That's just how it is. I don't enjoy it. I enjoy it, kind of. But gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow for Sonic Rumble. Which I didn't think I was even stream tomorrow, but we gotta stream Sonic Rumble. So I'll be back probably 4 p.m. again. And hopefully the lobby allows us to play together. Hopefully there's no stupid bullshit like, your account needs to be level 20 to play. I was trying to play Bloons TD with my brother last night, and for some reason my save data didn't carry over, so I couldn't play with him because you need to be level 20, something stupid like that. Anywho, bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.